Underdog gets a wedge adjustment. Not kidding. It's Kevin LePage making a late pit stop as we get ready to go back to green. And it's Travis Kvapil versus Mike Bliss again on the front row. Dick Bergman.
Well, Travis Kvapil and his crew chief Shane Wilson had quite a conversation trying to decide whether they should pit or not. Wilson very coy on the radio, promised that neither one of them should say what the strategy was going to be. They were going to do what they said they were going to do before the race started. Stick with our plan. Don't say anything on the radio. So this was a planned non-pit stop before the drop of the green, Mike.
Thanks, Dick. Now, will Bliss have the preferred lane for the restart?
Oh, I think he does. That being up high down in 1 and 2, obviously this is where he wanted to be at the start of the race, and here he is right back there at the start of this final 10-lap segment. So I think he's right where he needs to be, and it looked like he was equal to Travis at the end of that 20 laps.
And he has Brian Vickers in that 25 car right behind him, was pretty fast those last few laps as well.
10 green flag laps. Win or go home.
Good restart. Nice, even, clean restart. Got a packer in there, man. He's on it.
Oh, here comes Bliss.
A good run on the high side.
You just can't get off a turn 2 over there wide open. Seems like you got to pedal a little bit.
3 wide behind him. It was go time for Kyle Busch on the bottom and Ricky Rudd up high.
That bottom
and Bobby Hamilton up high in a tight car.
And he's one of those cars that changed tires back on lap 10.
The bottom is good down here in 3 and 4. Up high is good in 1 and 2. Can't get off at 2 real well on the bottom, but you really run good down on the bottom in 3 and 4.
Fresh tire cars trying to fly their way up through the field and catch the leaders.
And Casey Mears in the 41 is one of those cars.
Mike Bliss asked Booty Barker before the restart, remind me what second place gets tonight, and Booty said simply, second gets you nothing, you're just the first loser, go after it and get it and let's advance.
Good advice.
Look at this wad right here. Now remember, Jamie McMurray had to start dead last back there, and he's already up to the 17th position. He has fresh tires. Not only was he penalized for pitting early, but too fast on pit road as well.
McMurray has passed 8 cars since the green flag waved again, but that's not near enough. Kvapil closes right back up on Bliss's bumper.
Yeah, I believe when Kvapil gets to the back of Mike, I think Mike's car's a little loose, and I think Kvapil gets up under him. He'll yield.
This is exactly what happened before. It looks like Travis turns it to the bottom in the 77 car, but can Mike Bliss hold him off down the backstretch?
I think he can. That just again, the great run off of 2. Down here's where I think Travis can do something with him.
Look a little further back and look who's coming. The boy wonder of last night's NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. That yellow car is Kyle Busch.
Oh, yeah.
And he's coming.
But his teammate, Brian Vickers, in that 25, he's making this a 3-way battle right here. We have 6 laps to go.
It's going to get interesting now, because now not only does Travis have to try to worry about getting around Bliss, he's got Vickers right on his back bumper.
Busch is 4th.
Good job on your bumper.
Hamilton 5th. Robbie Gordon 6th, Casey Mears, Kenny Schrader, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Burton, the top 10.
I think right there is what Mike Bliss cannot stand. When that 77 sticks his nose up under there, 77's going to get the advantage.
Lead change, Kvapil. And Vickers looked like he thought about 3 wide for a moment. And then thought, Bliss fights back.
Fix your bumper.
That's a 0 spotter. That's a 0 spotter talking to Mike Bliss right there. 4 to go next time. And look at Brian Vickers driving in there in the 25 car.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold that 77 down, buddy.
3 cars under a blanket. Win or go home.
This is what Mike Bliss needs to see. And look, Kyle Busch in the 5 cars there.
He's got the 77. He got a run off of turn 4. Had the momentum, made the pass.
Wow. Don't look back. Something's gaining on you.
Yeah, and he's got the best tires. I mean, you know, he's got a good shot.
But he got loose, Darrell. He got loose.
There's a bad spot over there off turn 2. Every time somebody gets way wide, they go up the hill. That might have cost him right there. He had the momentum till that happened.
Busch comes right back for 3rd.
3 to go this time for Mike Bliss in that 0 car.
I think Busch's car is better, but after battling with Kvapil, is he too far back to challenge?
It's almost like Mike Bliss, the line he's running through the corner, if he's going to be passed, it's going to be on the bottom side. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
And up front, it does not look like Vickers can get off turn 2 to stay with Mike Bliss.
Everybody's trying to get off of that turn down on the bottom, and it's just not going to happen. I think Mike really has moved up high, and that's helped him a lot.
Mike Bliss, USAC Open Wheel champion, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, and the new track record holder at Lowe's Motor Speedway. He's trying to hold off the past Busch Series champion, Brian Vickers.
But you're right, Mike. He yanks him about 2 car lengths off turn 2. Yanks Vickers in the 25.
Casey Mears has climbed back up to 6th, battling Robbie Gordon side by side. But it's too far back.
Yeah, right behind.
White flag.
Quaffle got to run around Busch that time. I think he's going to pass back for 3rd. Doesn't really matter.
This is the battle right here. Brian Vickers, he's on the high side. Got a little bit of a run off turn 2.
But a big block by Bliss.
It's going to get exciting down here, boys.
Go or go home time right now.
Vickers turns it to the bottom, but he can't get by.
He can't get on. He just can't get enough nose under him without getting into him. Oh,
he
did
turned
get him.
sideways.
He spins him in. Vickers wins.
He did. Vickers has beat him across the line just by a car length. Mike Bliss did a whale of a job.
Did we make it? Did we make it?
No, Mike, you didn't make it. It's not the first time.
Did we win?
That's Mike Bliss you're hearing. It is not the first time there's been a last lap spin on All-Star Night. Brian Vickers was the first to cross the start-finish line from our view, right up above the starter stand. Bliss came across sideways, and that took all the momentum off his car.
Well, Vickers is all over the back of Mike, and Mike is doing a good job. Brian gets a look to the inside. When they come to the dog leg right here, when he cuts down, Vickers is just so close that they touch.
And Darrell, no one realizes that, except for that aerial view right there, what a dog leg that really is there, that part of the racetrack.
You can see Vickers. I mean, he has got the momentum and he's got the run. Now Mike's going to kind of block him right here. And I won't even call that a block because Mike's really just coming through the dog leg, but Brian's under him enough that they touch.
Looks to me, Darrell, like Mike Bliss is trying to get to the flag, and he got dumped.
Oh, there's no question about that. He got dumped. Yeah, that's a shot. Vickers was lucky to get by on the outside. I wouldn't be real happy about that. But I got to tell you, Mike, that's what tonight's all about. That's what you're going to see, and it could be for $1 million. Right now, that was for $50,000. The drivers are pretty much put in the position that you just saw Brian Vickers in.
No one has been waived to victory lane, but I'm not sure victory lane will be used. The winner of this race has to prepare to go into the All-Star Challenge. Let's check with Matt.
And Brian Vickers has climbed from his car, still talking to crew chief Lance McGrew. Now as we work our way around, the Dytek guys looking at the left front fender of the car. A lot of cosmetic damage. Brian, a wild one to the finish. Tell us how it happened from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it for Mike. I hate it. I'm sorry for those guys, but we came down to the wire, and there was grass there, and he came down, and I was there. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I was underneath him, and when he started to spin, I went right to miss him. But I'm real proud of this GMAC Chevy guys. These guys did an awesome job. They gave me a good car. We just played it right. I'm glad we didn't have to pit, but if we did, I knew we had a good pit crew.
Well, back in 1997, Ricky Craven advanced driving the 25 car. Vickers does it tonight. Dick?
Well, Mike Bliss got out of his race car, his lips pursed, obviously terribly unhappy. We've got the monitor. You want to take a look at what happened out there? Walk us through it, Mike.
He spun me out. The only thing I wish I'd done is turn right and wrecked his ass, but clear that up. I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, we had a great car. Net Zero Best Buy Chevrolet was great. Sat on the pole. It got tight there at the end, and if that's the way he wants to do it, I don't. You know, we got 600 miles here, and I think that I don't like racing that way. That's not. I was hoping I'd beat him to the line at least sideways. That's what I was hoping, but I guess when you're going for nothing to lose, I guess that's what it takes. And I wouldn't have wrecked somebody for that, but that's the way he does it, I guess. He's in the big show, and I'm not.
Well, it's still a fan vote. Who knows? Maybe you can make it. We'll see you next week at any rate. You did a great job. Chris?
Nick and Mike, they asked Vickers before the race his favorite All-Star memory. He said the year Kyle Petty turned Dale Earnhardt in turn 4, then spun Davey Allison out. He said that was a great All-Star moment for him, and he kind of created his own here. Jeff, the people watching at home, we heard the version from both drivers. What do you think?
What did we talk about at the beginning of the show? The force be with you. What did he do? He forced his way to the front and into victory lane right now and into the All-Star race.
That's okay to race that way, even at an All-Star event?
Chris, that's what they come to see, my friend. They come to see people get upset. They come to see people, get after it. As we take a look right now, Buddy Barker's going over toward the GMAC car. Ryan Vickers, I'm sure there's not a lot of happy people around there. Hey, let's race.
NASCAR should not intervene here.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I've seen this before, but it is a full moon night. So, hey, wait to the next race.
So for Brian Vickers, it's a start to a beautiful evening. For Mike Bliss, a frustration as you get a look. You heard him say he spun me. It's the way it looks from here. Nice to have you watching here. It's All-Star Night on FX.